Being a gentleman is not just about how you dress and how you treat others, it's also about how you treat yourself. Health and well-being is an essential part of self-respect. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you 7 habits that every gentleman should practice to live a prosperous, active, well-rounded life. A life where you enjoy yourself and you take care of yourself at the same time. The first wellness habit, and it's very easy to incorporate, is to get outside for at least 20 minutes a day. Get that sunlight in your eyes and feel it on your skin. There are many different ways you can achieve this 20 minutes outdoors a day. It could be with a morning run. You could include a walk into your commute, or if you work from home, you could do what I do and spend your lunch break outside reading. This is an important part of my daily routine where I can take a reset and a break from work, get some reading in, and soak up some vitamin D at the same time. It really is always one of the highlights of my day, and it's something I look forward to all morning. I find that just being outside is an incredibly mood-boosting experience, but it's also an opportunity to take a break from technology. So I highly encourage you, when you're having your outside time, not to spend it looking at a screen. Instead, allow that daylight into your eyes, take a look at your surroundings, and enjoy some mindful relaxation. Something I see in a lot of online content, especially aimed at men, aimed at entrepreneurial men, is this message that you shouldn't ever cook, that it's a complete waste of time to cook your own food. But personally, I think it is one of the greatest hobbies that a man can have, and I think it's a fantastic hobby to increase your general wellness, because nothing else gives you the same level of control and autonomy over what you put in your body. And you can completely tailor everything you cook to your dietary needs, the vitamins that you need, your taste buds, your preference and your mood that day. So do I think it's a waste of time? Absolutely not. I actually find it to be a very mindful and present and productive hobby, and especially if you're cooking for your family or your loved ones, I can't think of many things more rewarding and a more simple pleasure in life than that. One of the things in the Gent Z community that I've noticed is how many gentlemen in that group share a passion and a love for cooking, and we actually have a dedicated forum to sharing recipes, sharing tips, especially if you're a young man who's interested in learning how to prepare delicious, healthy food for himself, his loved ones, his friends. I think it's a fantastic resource, and actually I recently got the other guys in the group to help me choose to buy this knife, and they've been giving me some recipes to try because I've been cooking for a few years. I think I'm pretty good at it, but I'm definitely looking to expand and improve my skills there. Let's see how it's going. This is hot. Pretty good so far. Another wellness habit I think every gentleman should practice is to supplement his diet. Taking supplements is a form of self-care. It's about you giving your body what it needs to perform at its best. The supplement I rely on every day is Essentials for Men 18+ by today's video sponsor, Ritual. Ritual Essentials for Men is a clean, high-quality multivitamin for men aged 18 to 49 to help fill key nutrient gaps in the diet. I've been taking this multivitamin for the last few months, and it's become a crucial part of my morning routine. It's nearly impossible to meet all nutrient needs through food alone, which is why we gentlemen ought to supplement with a multivitamin. I love Ritual because this company shares the sources, the suppliers, and the research behind their ingredients, so I have peace of mind about what I'm putting in my body. Another thing that makes Ritual stand out is these delayed release capsules. These bypass the stomach and dissolve in the small intestine, which is ideal for nutrient absorption. All of the ingredients in these capsules are formulated without GMOs, without any artificial colors, and without gluten. I've got an offer for you watching today. Click my link in the description to get 25% off your order only if you use my link. Especially with the holidays coming up, it can be harder to maintain a well-rounded diet, so order yourself a supply of Ritual Essentials for Men today. In a lot of online content for men, I see that isolation is very much romanticized. The idea of a Sigma male, a lone wolf, is very glorified and even seen as the path to success. Independence is very powerful, but do not ignore the positive effects of socialization. Hanging out with your friends, even if you're going out drinking, I believe is still very good for you. And you know, when we've had a few old fashions, we're actually more likely to open up a little and talk about some things that are weighing on our mind. Now, you don't even actually need to leave your house to get the mood-boosting benefits of speaking with your friends. On the weeknights, give your friends a ring on the phone and catch up that way. It's a much closer form of communication than texting or talking on social media, to actually pick up the phone and say what you need to say and hear the other person's voice. I recently had something that was weighing on my mind for several months, and I didn't really tell anybody, not even my closest friends. And I found that since I finally decided to share it with somebody, it's been much less of a problem for me, and I feel so glad that I finally did. If you want to be healthy, you want to feel good, you want to look good, then at least some form of exercise is unavoidable. Personally, I enjoy going to the gym, and that's produced some good results for me, but that's not the only way. You could play golf, tennis, rugby, you could take up a martial art or boxing, and all of these sports have the benefit of being done in a group, so you have some extra socialization. However, playing golf alone won't get you in great shape, so I do encourage you to do some form of exercise that's a little bit more demanding. I also find that doing something a little difficult, a little unpleasant, is actually very good for my own mental health. I was actually talking last night about how much I hate doing squats, but I actually think there are some benefits to doing something that you really hate, even if it's an exercise that feels like an exquisite form of medieval torture. But whatever type of exercise you enjoy really is fine. I would just look for an activity or a combination of activities that will move your body and burn calories while increasing your flexibility and your muscle tone. A wellness habit that has really changed my life in recent months is to follow the 8 to 5 sleep rule. The 8 to 5 sleep rule means sleeping 8 hours 5 nights of the week. And I'll explain why 5 nights a week in just a moment. So I like to get 8 hours of sleep most nights of the week. But what I've learned is that to get 8 hours of solid sleep, I actually have to be in bed for about 9.5 hours. And one thing that's really helped me improve my sleep has actually been wearing a Fitbit to bed, because it tracks the sleep. And I find it very useful to figure out different behaviors, different sleeping patterns that work best for me. You guys who have watched my videos before know how I feel about wearing these on the street, but in bed it can be quite useful. So why do I say sleep 8 hours for only 5 nights of the week instead of 7? Well, that's because you need to go out there and have fun. Have some late nights, have some drinks with your friends now and then. We're not meant to live as monks, going to bed at 9 p.m. every single night, but for most of the week, I find it to be very helpful for my productivity. And what I've noticed is this: when I sleep really well for 3 or 4 nights in a row, and then I have one night of maybe 5.5, 6 hours sleep because I was out late the night before, I actually don't feel very tired that day, because my reserves, my tank is so full from that good quality sleep that I can go the next day on 5.5 or 6 hours sleep and feel completely fine, and I don't even need caffeine. For me, wellness is about finding that balance between effectiveness and happiness. And the 8 to 5 sleep rule is a pretty good example of that. A lot of the most fun things in life happen late at night, going to dinner, going to a jazz show, going for drinks, or maybe to a nightclub now and then. It's going to involve a late night, but that's okay as long as you sleep really well for most of the time. It's kind of like having a cheat meal. If you've eaten fantastically clean, healthy meals for the entire week, then you go out and you have one donut, it's not really going to make much difference, and that's the same with this sleeping pattern that I follow. The final wellness habit I want to share with you might be the most controversial idea in this entire video. It is to leave work on time. Work is a never-ending process. There will always be more to be done. If you stay at work late consistently, something else in your life is going to suffer as a result. If you're a young man with fewer responsibilities, that could be something like your exercise regime or dedicating time to a hobby that's an important outlet for you. But as you get older, this could lead to much more serious problems like missed family time, which will cause problems in your marriage. So as a younger man, I encourage you to set this habit now of standing up for yourself and leaving work on time. Even as a self-employed person, work stops when I said it would stop. Of course, there is always more that needs to be done, but I take the time to plan out my week and strategize so that I can use my time effectively. And if you want to work hard, as I absolutely encourage you to do, then you should get to work early. You will actually find there are fewer distractions and you're much more productive. That's why personally, I start my working day at 7:30 a.m. and often I'm finished by 4:30 or 5. If you're working in the corporate world, you might think that you want to stay late to make a good impression with your boss, to show how hardworking you are, but staying late won't necessarily tell your boss that you're a good employee. In fact, they might just think that you're very ineffective. Whereas the person who arrives early for work will always be seen as diligent. Gentlemen, I want us to help each other out here, so please go to the comments and write down one wellness habit that has made a positive impact in your life. I very much look forward to reading your responses. Remember to check out Ritual using the link down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.